Good afternoon, everyone. And once again, it is your own Dr. Stuti Parde. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And I'm sure that you may be happy that I'm trying to be consistent here, really trying. And that's the reason why I have really chosen this way of communicating with you guys, bringing you a series where it is continuous uploading of the content on the YouTube, plus motivating you guys because through my channel, I've always wanted to encourage someone. And I know that I've not been consistent, but I have always tried my best to connect with you guys. And I'm really hoping that this time I'm able to do that with faith because I am teaching about faith here. But thank you so much. And yes, welcome to all those who are new to my channel. If you really like my channel, please hit the like button. If you feel that this content is helping you, subscribe to my channel so that you know every time I upload new content. The series that we are following is inspired by Napoleon Hill, and it's like a mastermind course helping you to get empowered as an individual. And we are actually looking at the definiteness of purpose that is connected to our life. I do feel that every human being that is born on this earth is born with a purpose. It is it is something that is very special and spiritual as well. Only if we are able to connect with ourselves, we would know for sure what the purpose is in our life. And I'm not talking about the purpose like which is very much traditional rooted, where you as a child grow up, then you go to school, you finish school, you go to college, you finish college, then you start working, then you get married, all of that. No, this is something beyond. As I said, it's very spiritual, so it's something beyond, and you need to be able to connect with that purpose. Once you connect with the purpose of your own life, I'm very sure that you would find life to be easy, because life is beautiful. God has given us this life to enjoy, and life is meant to live with full of joy, peace, happiness, contentment, with gratitude. And all of these are elevated states. And basically, life is meant to live like that. But unfortunately, we as human beings, we are living in an environment and we are subjected to an environment where there is negativity, and we do get influenced by that. And that also becomes our default mode of network. So here I am. I'm trying to encourage you guys to help you be empowered in your own journey, in your own path, and really hoping that through these sessions, that you resonate with them and that there is some change that takes place within you. So we already looked at the three premises in the last session, and today we are going to look at the fourth premise onwards. So we are talking about the definiteness of purpose, and we did talk about how you need to have a plan. The fourth premise is about any dominating desire, plan, or purpose should be backed by a state of mind. And that state of mind is not an ordinary state of mind. It is called the faith mind, I would say. And faith, I would like to refer Bible over here in Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. The definition of faith is that believing in something that you have not seen, or that is not in your that is not sensed by your senses. It is something, faith is something that where it would require to trust your creator, sorry, to trust God. And when you are able to operate with that kind of mind, you go into the default mode of network, believing that your life is meant to just give you the best outcome. Life supports you when you're able to trust the creator, and that is what it is said in here as well. You need to have that faith mind. And let me give you an example as we have started off. So before going to the UK, and I went to the UK when I was just over 17 years of age, I had received a conditional admission letter, but that was dependent on my 12th results. And unfortunately, when I had 12th results in my hand, uh, they were failed results. I was failed in mathematics. So it was really unfortunate. I have never failed in my life, and just before I was able to reach my dream of going to the UK, this happened. But one very important thing happened in the process as well. So I was given a failed mark and I was handed over my results. And one thing that happened was with those failed results in my hand, I still was maintaining gratitude. I don't know how. But coming from a Christian background, I knelt down, I prayed, and I was saying, "Thank you, God." I don't know why I really got the failed mark, but there is a plan and purpose of this, the failed mark that I got, and let your will be done, as it is said in the Word of God. We do say, "Let your will be done," which means that we surrender the situation, and that's what the mind of faith is. So I surrendered the situation, and somewhere I really felt that after surrendering, um, there was a huge what do you call it, shift that took place when I surrendered. And this shift was during that time when I surrendered. I really started feeling positive, and I did not feel shameful, because of course when someone gets failed, and especially in 12th standard, it is quite a shameful situation, especially for parents, for self, because you are to face those people. And I never failed in my life. I was a studious student, so it was something that was very much an embarrassing thing for all of us, but I did not take it as embarrassment. I rather took it as as an opportunity to grow from that failure, and that became a positive thing for me. So I did send my results for a reevaluation to the state government, requesting them that they should reconsider my results, and especially the mathematics subject. And so very miraculously, it was like 14 days after I had sent my results for reevaluation, I received a telegram. And at that time, and in those days, there was a mode of communication was also telegram, a one liner. So I did receive a telegram that stated that we have evaluated your results and your results are now pass. And so see the faith mind actually, and the desire, when it says also burning or dominating desire. So I, in that process, I don't know how I would see myself in the UK. So I saw myself in the UK, in spite that I got the failed results, and there was the practical situation said to me, my senses said to me that it's not possible now to go to the UK, and somehow I have to sit for my exams, resit for my exams, clear them, and maybe future, we don't know if I'm able to go or not. So that was a practical situation. But the faith situation was saying that this is impossible, but with your faith, it can be possible. And so that actually happened within the 14 days of that span where I operated on surrendering everything and the faith mind. My results changed, and yes, I was able to then go to the UK as well, because I did see that. So there has to be this dominating desire, the burning desire. It has to be backed by faith, unfailing faith, I would say, very strong faith. And the reference to faith here doesn't mean that you're wishing or hoping or mildly believing. It means that you're totally surrendering, that there is a state of belief that no one can shake. So even if it is a mountain in front of you, you still believe that this mountain can be moved. And sometimes we face with certain mountains of our own life. So that's what faith means. And I have given you an example of how that looks like. um, I can truthfully tell you that never in my whole life have I failed to do anything that I made up my mind to do, unless I got careless in my desire to do it and backed away from it, or changed my mind or mental attitude. So it says that if you have a half-heartedness towards your desire, then there is, and the motive should also be right. Yes, half-heartedness, and your motive, your intention should be pure in order to see your desire, burning desire, come to fruition. When athletes are prepared for a training before they go for Olympics or any kind of competition, the trainers make sure that athletes have that burning desire to cross every hurdle that comes their way. They have their competitors who are also competing, and the athlete is trained to focus on the finish line. And that's what you need to do with your desires, with the right intention, that those desires that you have are not only going to help you, but they're going to help your family and in general humanity. I have learned one thing in my life. I've always questioned my desires and I have written down. So if I have a desire to accomplish, I've always written down, who is it going to benefit? Is it going to be only beneficial for me? Is it only going to be beneficial for my family, or it is going to be beneficial in general for the entire human race? So this is very important, that you check your desires if they are, if they are meant to be selfish, or if they are meant to be selfless. So that is for you to judge. um, Now, very small number of people understand the principle of faith or how you apply it. Because if you don't understand what faith is, as I said initially, and Bible beautifully says that faith is actually being sure of what you do not see. So you need to be confident that even though you don't see it in physical realm, that it can materialize if you keep persisting, and if you keep overcoming any kind of hurdles or challenges that come your way. So there has to be, you need to be in complete state of belief. And there is a time for everything. There is a time for everything. So if today you have a burning desire that you want to see come into fruition, that you want to accomplish, then you need to also have the patience and endurance and persistence and dedication to see yourself from going from A to reaching your destination. So it's very important, and you need to understand how faith is operated. And faith is also understanding that you're connecting with your creator. So, creator, as in the one who created you, that is God. I do not like to call creator as universe, because God created this universe and we are part of this universe, and this universe is ours. So, I do connect with God as God. And so, you need to be dependent on that supernatural divine power that actually reigns over this whole universe, that has the power. And you need to believe in that supernatural divine power, the Yahweh, the one who created. And you need to believe that everything in life is meant to help you. It is for your best. There is also one beautiful verse from Jeremiah 29:11, and it says, "For I know the plans I have for you, and they are to bless you, they are to prosper you." So I always really declare those words, that God always has a plan to prosper us. He wants to see us prosperous. He wants to see us blessed. But there is a process that is involved in blessing us and in the path of prosperity as well. And that comes with, again, a lot of dedication, being disciplined, and also operating on an elevated state of mind. An elevated state of mind is gratitude. When I received that failed result, I went on my knees and thanked God for even the failed result. Somewhere those words just came and flown. They were like, they just, I don't know, they just came. They just came automatically when I was praying, and I was grateful even in that situation when I had failed, and that my dream was going far away. But did believe that I will eventually reach UK, and so I did. Many people sell themselves short all the way through life because they don't have the right amount of confidence, let alone faith. They amount to somewhere between 98 and 100% of people. They never in their whole lives develop a sufficient amount of confidence in themselves to go out and undertake the things they want to do in their in life. They accept from life whatever life hands them. So yeah, when you lack the confidence in self, then you won't be able to operate on faith, because when you are operating with that faith mind, then you would also have the confidence. And I would like to say this one thing here: the confidence is very much supernatural then, when you're not trusting in your own abilities as a human, because as human we have limited abilities. And but with God in our boat, everything that seems impossible can become possible. This is how I see. And so In my life, I've operated on that principle that I alone cannot do it, but I can do it through the strength that Christ gives me. And so this has to be the confidence, amount of confidence, 100% confidence that you need to have in everything that you desire. I also want to say, when we operate with the faith mind, everything that we desire almost comes to pass, and it has happened in my own life. I am a real testimony for it. So this is the truth, and that's the reason why I deliver this, because I've experienced it in my own life, that everything that is said is absolutely a principle that we need to follow. Faith is also a principle. Faith is also one of those laws that you want to bring into action to make your life the best that you desire. The greatest man I have ever known, beyond any question of a doubt, and I have known many very great men, measured by his ability to supply this philosophy, was the late Mahatma Gandhi. Now, there was a man who understood the principle of faith. He not only understood them, he freed India with them. Now, Mahatma Gandhi is one of the greatest historical icons that we all know and Indians know, because we study about him. And he really operated on faith, because not everyone liked him. And even today, there are people who really do not like him and who do not believe that what he did for India was right. But I would say that, as rightly said by the author, he did operate on faith and principles of faith. And till he was alive, he did try his best to have vision. And whatever vision he had for India, whatever he could do best, he tried to do best. It's a marvelous thing to learn the art of depending upon yourself and using your own mind. Isn't it strange how nature works? She gives you a set of tools, everything that you need to attain, all that you can use or aspire to have in this world. So I really do not believe a little bit of disagreement with this, because I do believe that we can't trust in our own abilities, as I said. So we have the tools and resources that are given by our creator on this earth. While we live on this earth, all the tools and resources are available for us. More than anything, the very important resource is the wisdom. And if in our prayers, only if we could ask God, God, give me the wisdom, so that I know how to live my life best, in the best possible way, with the principles you have given, with the tools you have given, with the resources you have given. When you ask God for wisdom, He will connect you to the right opportunities, and you will definitely find that your life path is not as difficult as it seems. And as I have already always noticed that, and I said one thing, gratitude is number one in that. So no matter what your circumstances are and situations are, if a person is grateful for what is happening with them, God really sees that as one of the open doors. So gratitude opens your doors. And there are exceptions, of course. There are people in this life who are suffering and who really come from a very painful past or even present. And uh, there are some questions that that we don't have answers for. We only know one thing, that yes, we cannot be grateful when we are going through pain, and when there are unfortunate situations that we even cannot fathom are happening. But I only would like to say that there is a bigger purpose in everything that is happening, and that pain may involve sacrifice. Unfortunately, there are some people uh, who go through that pain. Sometimes people even lose their life in order for things to come in light, and that is very unfortunate. And those are some of the questions that go unanswered. And that is very unfortunate. But in general, when we are operating with a mindset of gratitude, we do see open doors. And this is something that is experienced not by me only, but by many who are successful leaders today, who are very much successful in their field. So yeah, that this is one thing also I would like to highlight. Nature penalizes you beyond compare if you don't accept them and use these gifts. Nature hates vacuums and idleness. So nature is given a notation of as a female. So it is said that when God has bestowed gifts to you, and if you do not use your gifts, and if you keep them, like as I said, that if you're really not treasuring those gifts or taking them for granted, they are actually taken away from you. They rot in, the gifts rot in, and you're not able to then make good use of it. So identify what your gifts are, what your skills are, and try in the best possible way to make maximum use of those gifts, talents that God has given you. Okay, the fifth premise is the power of thought is the only thing over which any human being has complete and unquestionable means of control. Very true. We are actually overpowered by many thoughts that come throughout day, and we cannot count the number of thoughts that storm our brain. And but as it is said here, every thought that is released, we have a complete control over it. So many thoughts that are redundant and that don't make sense and that are really bad, we can really question those thoughts, and we can say, okay, I do not give entry to such thoughts, and I really delete them. I do not want them in my system. I don't want my brain to be corrupted by a virus. So those thoughts, if you see them as viruses, then you are protecting yourself from the negativity. And so, as it is said, it is very powerful. Your thoughts are powerful, and they are working together to form clusters. And those clusters of thought then form your belief system. And every belief system is definitely attached with an emotion. So we have to be very careful of our thoughts. There are only five known things in the whole universe, and out of those five, nature has shaped everything that's in existence. So I would say here that when God created this world, He created this world with a purpose. Unfortunately, as human, we uh, we allowed the virus to enter, and that's the reason why we see suffering today. um, Everything that was made in this universe was so perfect, and with humans entering into it and with the mind, that's why it says that when you have the control over your mind, when you have control over your thoughts, you are able to change almost everything. And so if you're not able to control your inner world, at least, or inner universe, then you are actually causing chaos in your own self, in your own system. Here, the universal intelligence is notation that is given to God. And I just want to keep God as God. God is supernatural power. God is the Alpha and the Omega. So I'd keep at that. And here we are operating under the guidance of the Creator who has created us. And the Creator is giving us the ability that we can operate, we can put into action things, and we can bring into pass everything that we desire only when we follow certain principles and laws that are very important to follow. And I would talk to you more about the principles and laws. Some of the principles and laws are: one is not operating with an attitude of jealousy, with an attitude of anger, resentment, and envy, and greediness, because all these things, fear, especially fear, because once one that fear is actually a real enemy, and fear is the root cause of everything that is negative. Actually, due to the fear, there is anger, there is resentment, and all these are primal states of mind, and we don't want to operate under that influence, because then we are completely going off guard, that we are throwing ourselves off guard, where our life becomes unpredictable and we don't know where our life course is going to take us, how our life path looks like. So very important to understand that. I believe in miracles, but I saw a lot of miracles 50 years ago that that I can explain away very easily now. So this also comes from the author's experience of their own miracles. And I have also, as a person, as a professional, have seen many miracles in my life as well. Human mind or brain that God has given, the whole of us, as we are created in the image of God, I see that we have the ability to first change everything that is within our scope to change. And by doing so, we then change the environment. Um, for example, we pray for ourselves every day. We like to pray for ourselves because we like to ask. But if you can see, you can try this. Try praying for someone in need. Try praying for someone who is in pain, and see what kind of feeling you develop. You would feel completely satisfied when you stop praying for yourself and when you start praying for those in pain, because this world is in pain today. There are many things happening in this world that are out of our control. And what is within our control is our own thoughts to make sure that people are safe, children are safe, children and women are safe, that even during the war-like situations that no one is harmed. And also for those who are also going through a lot of painful situations like rapes happening, and children living in hunger, so many needs the world has. And if we operate with that mindset, of where we don't live just for ourselves and just ask for ourselves, and where we use our powers, the skills to ask for the needs of others, and we pray to take away their pain, just see what you feel. It gives you a sense of satisfaction and empowerment when you do that, because you're actually giving your time and your prayers they are a telephonic conversation with God, and you are creating that kind of momentum in the air, in the environment, and your prayers can actually transform and bring many miracles for your country, for the people of your country. So this is the attitude that you need to operate with. In order to see your life accomplished, we need to learn to understand that our purpose is not only for self, but our purpose is more so to touch other people's life, to be a light in this world. And of course, we cannot do a lot of things. We cannot go into the system to change the system, but by sitting wherever you are, you can use the power of your thoughts and your words to change the system. This is how powerful a human brain is and a human is. So yeah. Um, so here the examples of Henry Ford and Thomas Edison are given, how they actually use this principles, the principle of thought, in their own personal life, in their business, and they saw a huge amount of success in whatever they did. So this is amazing. So our mind is miraculous. It contains miraculous power. And we need to recognize it, we need to embrace it, and we need to use it, and we need to hold responsibility for it. We need to completely make sure that we are bringing our mind into operation, that we are using the right approach with our thoughts, and actually using it for the benefit of self and others. You will find people who are very much smarter than you. They know all the answers, and they'll be reluctant to accept this philosophy. Yes, there are people who may not really may not resonate with this philosophy. And as I'm reading through, I'm not reading word to word, but there are many things that I feel over here in this book also, some terminology that I don't connect with, and it's okay. But the whole point over here is to bring into attention what belief is, what faith is, and the powerful being that you are, that God created you to be. And God created you to excel in this life. And God has created this life to be a life of giving. And you can do that when you understand your own purpose of living life. So there is sixth premise, and I think we should keep that premise for the next time. So we have looked at the two premises, and I hope that these two premises help you to understand the basic foundation of. We started off with burning desire, and burning desire burnt with a faith mind, a mind of faith, and the power of your thoughts, and how your thoughts are so powerful that you have the ability to actually change you yourself, and you can change things around you as well. So this is the conclusion of today's session, and I want to do it in small portions so that you don't get bored that me going on and on. I want it to be valuable teaching here. I want it to be a valuable way of connecting with you so that my sessions help you to make that small change. If you feel connected to whatever I'm sharing, I hope that it starts a small change in you. So anyways, we'll conclude at this, and thank you so much for being part of this session. If you like this session, please hit the like button and do subscribe to my channel for when I bring the third session. And I look forward to seeing you in my next session, and have a great day ahead. Bye bye.